What if everything you've been taught about being good was never meant to make you strong, but to make you obedient? What if kindness isn't your armor, but your leash? What if generosity doesn't build loyalty, but breeds dependence? And what if honesty doesn't earn respect, it invites attack? Stay here, because what you're about to learn will change the way you see people, power, and yourself. You've been conditioned to believe that virtue equals safety, that being kind makes the world fair, that being humble makes you respected. But the truth, the one hidden beneath centuries of moral programming, is that blind goodness is not a virtue. It's a trap. 500 years ago, Niccolo Machiavelli saw through the illusion. He watched good men fall to cunning ones. He saw rulers destroyed by their mercy. He saw the selfless devoured by the strategic, and he wrote it all down. The secret laws of human behavior that polite society still refuses to teach you. What you'll hear now is not philosophy, it's survival. And when you understand it, you'll stop being overlooked. You'll stop being used. You'll stop being invisible. By the end of this, you won't just be good. You'll be untouchable. You'll understand how to protect your kindness, weaponize your virtue, and move through the world with quiet, calculated authority. So say this now. I choose strategic goodness, because what's coming next will make you rethink everything you thought was moral, fair, or safe. Let's begin with the first truth. Being good doesn't protect you, it exposes you. You've been told kindness is noble, but in a predatory world, it's a signal. It tells people exactly where your boundaries end and where they can begin taking from you. When you're endlessly nice, endlessly forgiving, endlessly available, you don't look noble. You look easy. And the world studies you. It learns how far you'll bend before you break. It memorizes the limits you never enforce. I once knew a man who did everything right, always first in, last to leave, always covering mistakes, always helping others. But when the time came for reward, they chose someone louder, colder, less capable, but more feared. Why? Because power doesn't respect nice. Power respects presence. The world doesn't follow the agreeable. It follows the unshakable. Machiavelli warned us centuries ago. The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. To survive, you must be both, the lion who commands respect and the fox who avoids deception. Compassion without cunning is self-destruction. Goodness without awareness is self-sacrifice disguised as virtue. Here's the second revelation. Generosity without boundaries becomes slavery. The more you give, the less people value it. The first time, they praise you. The second, they expect it. The third, they demand it. The moment you stop, they call you selfish. This is not evil, it's psychology. Humans adapt to comfort. They normalize abundance. What once inspired gratitude becomes entitlement. Machiavelli wrote, "Benefits ought to be conferred gradually, and in that way they will taste better." Translation: what is rare is respected, what is constant is consumed. When you give endlessly, your kindness becomes background noise, your efforts become invisible, your generosity becomes expected, and your no becomes betrayal. Here's the hidden cost. When you make giving your identity, you teach people that you exist to serve. And when you finally stop, they don't thank you. They punish you. The same people who once praised you will resent you for showing limits. You must learn to give strategically, not emotionally. Give less often, but make it count. Give where it matters, not where it flatters. Now, the third truth. Never confuse virtue with visibility. The world doesn't reward goodness, it rewards image. People don't care if you're genuine, they care if you look the part. This is why the most powerful people in history mastered the illusion of morality. They smiled in public and made ruthless decisions in private. They gave mercy only when it strengthened their position. They appeared good, but they acted wisely. Everyone sees what you appear to be, Machiavelli said. Few experience what you really are. And that's why appearances are not vanity. They are survival. The world judges by sight, not by soul. So manage your mask. Let people see your warmth, but never your weakness. Let them witness your grace, but never your guilt. Good people show too much, too soon. They hand over their hearts to those who trade in manipulation, and then they wonder why they're always the ones left broken. Your image is not deception, it's direction. You choose what people see, and that shapes how they treat you. Control that, and you control perception. Control perception, and you control reality. Now let's talk about the most silent form of self-destruction, saying yes to everything. Every yes you give drains your energy. Every favor without balance lowers your worth. Your time, your focus, your peace, these are your most valuable currencies. And every time you give them away freely, you teach the world they're cheap. Machiavelli said, "He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. You cannot command if you cannot say no." Boundaries are not cruelty. They are the architecture of power. The person who fears rejection ends up rejected. The one who fears being disliked ends up disrespected. Protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. Now let's go deeper. Strategic virtue. Real goodness is not about endless giving. It's about deliberate giving. It's not about pleasing everyone. It's about serving purpose, mercy, honesty, generosity. These are weapons, not decorations. Use them with precision. Don't waste them on people who drain you. Don't offer them where they aren't valued. Machiavelli wrote, "The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present." Sometimes, breaking your old pattern of self-sacrifice is the only way to protect your future. You don't owe the world endless softness. You owe it effective action. Strategic virtue is not cruelty, it's control. Now, here's a revelation most people never realize. Gratitude fades faster than memory. The first time you help, people thank you. The 10th time, they stop noticing. The moment you refuse, they call you selfish. That's the illusion of gratitude. The world forgets your kindness, but never forgets your boundaries. So let them feel your absence. Let them miss your presence. Distance restores value. Men judge more by the eye than by the hand, Machiavelli said. They don't remember what you gave them. They remember how your presence made them feel now. Stop trying to be endlessly available. Become selectively present. Scarcity is the foundation of respect. The next truth: results over intentions. The world doesn't care what you meant to do. It cares what you achieved. You can have the purest motives, but if your actions fail to create results, your goodness is irrelevant. Niceness preserves comfort. Strength creates progress, Machiavelli said. The end justifies the means. It's not a license for evil. It's a call to effectiveness. The road to hell is paved with good intentions and weak execution. Ask yourself, do you want to be remembered as someone who was kind or someone who made a difference? The world forgets the harmless. It remembers the effective. Before you can build a legacy, you must survive long enough to leave one. You cannot lift others if you're crushed beneath them. You cannot heal the world if you're bleeding for it. It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. Fear, in this sense, means consequence. It means people think twice before disrespecting you. It means your presence has weight. Blind goodness is self-destruction disguised as virtue. Strategic goodness is influence cloaked in compassion. The world doesn't respect innocence. It respects intelligence. The wolves will always come, but the shepherd, armed and aware, commands the pack. So stop apologizing for your strength. Stop explaining your boundaries. Stop believing that purity earns respect. It doesn't. Presence does. Command does. Self-control does. If this opened your eyes, if it made you realize that your goodness has been turned against you, then prove it. Like this video to anchor the shift. Share it with someone who gives too much. And subscribe, because this is only the beginning of learning how to be good and powerful at the same time. Remember this: the world doesn't reward the pure, it rewards the prepared. You were never meant to be harmless. You were meant to be kind, calculating, and unstoppable. And now that you know the truth, you can never go back to being ordinary again.